If you are ready to live your next year, 2026, as a different person, you get to start right now. And this is the video that you need to be watching to help you step into your 2026 as the person that you know is going to live the life you see in your head. So here's the thing, we end the year off feeling like we're a failure because we haven't done the things that we said we were going to do at the top of the year. And so we try to push all of that into the following year. But here's the thing, nothing about your next year is going to be different unless you are different. And as you already know, based on what you may have or may have not gotten done so far this year, that changing your habits can feel hard. It can feel overwhelming. It can feel like it can never happen. But the secret is not just changing habits, meaning doing a whole bunch of stuff, and it ends up being something that doesn't last, it doesn't sustain. It's like saying you're going to go on a diet and you go cold turkey, and before you know it, you're right back eating the things that you were. The reason that happens is because you don't believe you're the person that already is eating the way that you have started eating in this cold turkey diet. You still see yourself as the person that's eating junk food or just not staying on the same track on eating the right things all the time. You're still seeing yourself as that person, which is why you go back doing the things. And so that's the problem. We start doing a whole bunch of things thinking that the doing is going to make us change. It doesn't mean doing is wrong. It just means when it's not coupled with who you believe you are, it is going to fail. And so as you move into this next year, I want to help you with 3 practical steps that you can take to help you not just do a whole bunch of stuff, but lead from a place of identity, a place of belief of who you are. Now, I am a coach that has a lot of different tactics that I use for this. And the 3 that I lean on the most is faith, embodiment, and positive intelligence. So when I say faith, I am a believer and a woman of God. And so I believe in who God says I am. I'm a child of God. I have authority in Him because I have the beliefs, the faith-based beliefs. There are a lot of things that I will not allow myself to say. I will catch myself when I start thinking certain things because I am grounded in that faith. So one thing, if you are a believer, if you're someone that believes in God, believe in the Word of God, you really can tap into using the Word of God, using your faith in God, and being able to use that to help you have the faith in yourself, the faith that you are created to be someone that can move mountains, that all you needed was a mustard seed of faith to help move mountains. When you lock in on who you are in God, that is very helpful in helping to change habits. It doesn't solve everything. If you're just gonna say stuff without belief, if you're not gonna say stuff without belief, if you're not gonna say things with belief and action and continuously turning over in your mind the faith with the action, it is going to fail. And so I don't want you to get all caught up like, oh yeah, I say these scriptures and I say this prayer over and things happen. Yeah, because the next thing that I do is embodiment, right? Because all these things matter. Embodiment has to do with what's going on in my body. Like, so I can say that faith without works is dead, and I can say all this and that about, God has not given me a spirit of fear, but a power, love, and sound mind. And so meditating on that, if I meditate on that and I don't believe it in my body, if my body is still cowering when I'm in front of people because I don't believe that I have power, I feel weak in that presence, I'm not paying attention to the body that God has created us to have that is connected to our minds. And so I really also believe that the second thing that you can do to help you really get into the person that you need to be to have the life that you want in this next year is embodiment. So we got faith, but let's embody. That's a part of the doing, embodying. So what would a confident person talk like? How would they show up? How am I showing up in my body? Am I standing up straight? Am I speaking with a very clear voice? Am I walking with confidence? Am I holding stress in different parts of my body and not recognizing it? How can I release that and feel those parts of my body with confidence by breathing into it, by recognizing it? So because I am a trained dancer and because I practice embodiment as a speaker as well, I've learned how to breathe into spaces in my body when I feel myself being not confident, or when I'm feeling myself having some insecurity. But that takes a lot of practice. And so when we're talking about wanting to be a different person in 2026, this is going to take practice. Not only just your faith, increasing your faith, actually believing what you're saying, believing what you hear, but also embodying it. So the next thing is making sure, from a positive intelligence perspective, that we recognize some of our self-sabotaging tendencies. So I do this work with my clients all the time, talking to them about their self-sabotaging tendencies. If you know what positive intelligence is, you can look it up, but there is a free assessment where you can do a saboteur assessment and find out what are the things that you typically do to sabotage yourself. What are the things when fight, flight, or freeze show up that you kind of just default into doing? And so helping people understand those things helps them know, okay, these are things that will literally make me sabotage my plans. And just the simple fact that people that I work with are now just recognizing what it is, they're able to navigate it better. They're able to notice when those things happen. So when they're walking through their goals and their new habits, they can say, you know what, this is that pleaser part of me that is trying to like sabotage me right now by saying yes to everything, knowing darn well I don't have time to say yes to everything because I plan on doing this in the upcoming year. So I need to make room. I need to create boundaries. So those are the 3 tactics that I mainly use to just do one thing, and that is to shift our identity. We want to shift our identity into the space of the person that we need to be able to have the outcomes that we wanted. I tell this story a lot. When I decided to be a vegan, I started calling myself vegan. I used to just start saying it, even if I wasn't eating vegan yet. I was just saying it. Same thing with anything else. When I said I wanted to have a $20,000 client, I just started saying it, even before someone paid me that for it. When I said I desire to leave my job so that I can be a coach and consultant, I was saying it before it happened. And I started, it's a mosquito. I started being able to really lock in my body with my faith, my words, what I said about myself, what I said about my situation. All of those things developed my faith and made me believe that I was already that person. And then from a positive intelligence perspective, I started to look at what was I doing to sabotage myself, and being able to not beat myself up about it, but just notice it, get aware of it, so that when it started coming up, I could say, yo, Desiree, that's that thing. That doesn't mean that's not who you are. That's what you're doing because you're feeling like something is scary. So like, let's unpack that. So if you like this video, then you will love being able to lock in on my main character energy challenge. So I have a main character energy challenge. I use it to help women and entrepreneurs, visionaries, leaders really unlock this main character energy that we have. We have the energy to have the power, the peace, the profit that we desire in our lives, but we haven't unlocked it yet. So if you're ready to unlock it, especially in this 2026 situation, we need to start locking in. We're not going under the year. We're not going to wait until January 1st to start locking in. We're going to do it right now. So go ahead and click that link, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.